guys, Jared here, JC's Lawn Tips. Today I got the Gravely Compact Pro-34. We've had this unit for about 2 or 3 weeks. As being part of the Gravely Ambassador program, we get to use this mower for up to 100 hours. So we've put quite a few hours on this mower already. I've had a couple of my guys use it, got their thoughts, and that's why we're making this full review video for you guys, showing you guys what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and what we think could be improved on to make this machine better. So a lot of you guys may know the Gravely Compact Pro has been around for a long time. This year in 2019 they changed some things on this mower. The biggest thing for this year is the new sidekick system right here. So as you can see, you got your PTO is now out in the front, as well as your choke and your key right here. You got your armrest right to the right of your armrest. You're gonna have your throttle. This is gonna go all the way up right there, all the way down right there. One thing you notice too, you got a little bit more cushion in your seat, and these armrests are fixed. So you're not able to move the armrests up or down. In the back of the machine, we have this little lever right here. You're gonna lift this up. This is gonna lift your whole seat forward. Underneath your seat, you got your battery, easily accessible. You got your 2 gas tanks with a combined fuel capacity of 7.2 gallons. And you have a gas gauge for each tank showing you where they're at. Switch for switching to the right tank and the left tank. And you can have your off switch, so if you have it parked for the winter, this has got you're taking gas from the left tank now. This is taking gas from the right tank. Right here, you have the oil fill and the oil drain tube for when you do your oil changes. Right here, you have your hydrofill reservoir. Over here you got your fuse panel. This is, as you know, is a little bit smaller based on the size of the machine. So that's where you're gonna go if you have any electrical issues for this mower. Right up here in the front, you're gonna see this lever. This is also accessible from the front of the machine, but this is what's gonna move your seat forward and back. And the reason I wanna show you guys this is because this moves both armrests and the whole sidekick system at the same time, as you can see. So if you have operators who have different sizes that are shorter or taller, they can move this forward or back. As we step to the back of the mower, you're going to see that this particular unit has the Kawasaki FX481V. This is a 15.5 horsepower engine. This unit is also available with a little bit bigger engine, a 19 horsepower engine, which is a Kawasaki FX600. The biggest difference in 2019 also with this mower is the fenders. They used to be a lot more squared off, and now they got kind of these different angles and curves in this, which also I think it looks awesome, but it does serve a purpose too. It gives the operator better visibility. They can see this bottom tire from the seat of the mower, allowing them to get closer to beds, get better trimming, and get closer, saving them less trimming time with the hand trimmer. Also on this machine here, you can see that the deck, being as narrow as it is within the wheel well of this machine. And you can see right here you have 2 wing nuts that if you loosen up, this belt cover will pop off and you can easily access the belts underneath it and clean any debris. So underneath the operator's feet, you have a fold-up platform. This allows you to get access to your belts and clean out any debris that could be in the way. You got a nice big open space right here that you can have. Also right here on the side of the machine, I want to point out you have your hour meter right there. It does have service intervals, tells you when to change your oil, your air filter, and all that stuff. As I step up onto the machine here, I want to show you guys this deck height system. This is a pin system going from 1 inch all the way to 5 inches in 1/4 inch increments. So right here you can see it's at 2.75, so 2 3/4. I can pull this pin out and I can put it in at 3 1/4 right there. And then to drop this down, all I'm doing is pushing forward on the pedal, lifting this up, and the deck will drop down. And then once you're done cutting and you want to bring this back up, all you do is push the pedal forward and that will latch in place. What's awesome about the Gravely Compact Pro-34 is it's got 4 tie-down points. You got 2 in the front right here if you got to tie it off to the front. And then as we step towards the back of the machine, you got a couple right in the back right here, one above the muffler, and the same on each side. That's built into the frame, so you can easily hook a ratchet strap on there and tie down each corner of the machine, having you 4 points of contact when you're tying down that mower. Here we got the heavy-duty rubber discharge chute. This chute is made of heavy-duty rubber and it's designed to take impact, so it'll flex when you hit obstacles. And what's nice is when you're getting through, 36-inch gates or less, this will fold up and it'll be out of the way. You can see it sticks out a little bit, but what's nice is that's flexible. So if you hit, fence post, it's not gonna do any damage. One thing we found literally as we were finishing the review video for this mower is we noticed that there looks like there's brackets right here and right here, potentially for a rollover protection system. Now don't quote me on that because I've never seen a Compact 34 with a rollover protection system, but that's what it looks like it's for, potentially. So that might be an option for some of you guys. what happens when you run out of one tank of gas. So we're gonna switch over to the other side. Good thing this thing's got a 7.2 gallon gas tank, am I right? Simple as that. Done. Now we're on the other tank and back to mowing. Can see this thing stripes really well. You can see the 34-inch stripes there. Those are the Pro Stance 52 stripes there, so you can get just an idea. We cut this whole area with the 34. Awesome little mower, and it didn't take very long to cut this big of an area. All right, so we want to show you guys how well this thing cuts. I'm in a little bit of a overgrown field. This has pretty much never been cut, and this is what, pretty much knee high, I'd say. So we're gonna give this thing a go and let you see how it cuts. For one pass, that's not bad at all. I mean, that's pretty clean. I'm gonna go around again. One thing about having a very narrow mower like the 34 here is it's very hard to mow along edges like this. It's without having like driving with the front caster wheel like in the bed, because it's not going to get this close of an edge because of the deck being in the wheel well. Unlike a 52 or a 42-inch mower where it's hanging out a little bit and you can trim closer to these edges. So that's one drawback of this machine, is trying to get closer to these bed edges. All right, so we've used this mower for 2 or 3 weeks now, and we found a lot of things that we like about this mower that we just went over with you guys, and quite a few things that we think could be improved for the years to come with this mower. The first thing are these handles. These handles are very nice because they got vibration isolators right here, so they take out a lot of vibration. One thing that we've noticed is that these tend to stick out farther than the width of the deck. So when you're going through a gate or putting it on the trailer close to a wall or something, these are going to be the first to hit before your deck, your tires, or the side of this mower is going to hit any of that. Those are things that we think could be improved if they could bring these handles in just literally like a ½ inch. That would make this a little bit more maneuverable and easier to handle for any size operator. The other thing that we'd like to see on this machine is the hour meters on the side. So to actually read your hours, you need to get off the mower. We noticed that they have a cutout for one right here underneath this sticker. So I don't know if maybe they intend on bringing one up here eventually, but I think it would be great to have the hour meter on this sidekick system right here. I think it would be cool also to see this throttle moved up a little bit. I know it might be hard to do with the design because this chair, the seat moves forward right here, but it would be easier because the throttle seems a little bit out of place to me. It would be cool if it was up closer to all these other controls one day. This mower will cut super clean. I've used a lot of different Gravely mowers over the years, including my own Pro Stance and the Gravely Pro Turn 460, and this mower cuts better than both of these combined. This mower will cut super clean. I can insert a clip of that right here showing how nice and clean it cuts. We cut a couple yards that hadn't been cut all year, and we're 2-3 weeks into the season already, and this thing cuts super clean, leaving like no stragglers at all, which is awesome. One downfall, however, is you do have a narrow deck, but the problem with that is you're going to shoot grass very far. So if you plan on cutting like in between mulch beds or something, this is not going to be a good mower for that application, because this will discharge grass, no joke, 10 to 12 feet. So you'll be shooting grass easily all the way out to here. And the problem that brings is if this were to be a mulch bed, all your grass is shooting right into the mulch bed. Now you'd say, Jared, why couldn't you just put an OCDC on this mower? Don't get me wrong, you can put an OCDC on this mower. For those of you guys that don't know what an OCDC is, it's an operator controlled discharge chute, allowing you to put like a little plate right here that would stop the grass from shooting that way, which is perfectly fine, and it's something that you can do. The problem that's going to bring up is you're not going to be able to fit through 36-inch gates anymore, because you're going to add an extra couple inches to this mower, allowing you you're not going to get that tight access that you had before. Being completely honest with you guys, look at these tires and know how narrow these things are, which I understand that reasoning. Because of the hydros underneath, there's no way they can have a bigger tire. This unit is not going to be designed for hills, I can tell you that, because we put it on hills. Even the slightest of hill, this mower will not hold a hill. And I get that it's not designed for that because of the wheelbase, but if there was a way to figure that out, to give it more traction, because it gets pretty slippery even on just the slightest of inclines. So I'd love to see if that would be able to be improved, so you could, you know, run this mower on hills, or see this, maybe this size deck in sort of a stand-on application where your weight's behind the rear wheels. Something like that would be cool, because we do have some of the gated backyards that we cut are on inclines, and this mower will cut them, but you kind of have to ride the hill in a weird way just to get it to get traction, and you don't want to tear up the turf with the skinny tires that are on here. All right, so one thing I want to point out is this grass was just cut a couple days ago, so this isn't to show the cut quality of the machine. This is just to show hillside stability. This isn't a very steep incline. This mower will do it, but anything that's going to be greater than this is going to be a little bit harder on the machine. You can feel even on this size incline, you're going to lose traction for sure. So just pay attention to that. One thing we've noticed about this machine, using it the past couple weeks, is on the trailer, this machine takes up a lot of space lengthwise. And if you don't have a trailer that's like 8 feet wide or so that you could put this mower sideways, our trailer's 7 feet wide, there's no way it would fit sideways easily. But it's very long in length, making it harder if you have a shorter, if you have a trailer that's shorter in length to fit multiple units on here. You can still easily fit another push mower next to this, which is nice, but I think the length is kind of a drawback to this machine. Up here towards the front of the machine, this is where your parking brake is, and the reason we want to point this out is because this parking brake piece is metal right here. The trailer, or the mower frame right here, is metal also, and they've put a foam piece right here to reduce the impact of when you turn off the parking brake. And you can see just after a couple hours on this mower, this piece is already starting to wear. So eventually, I'd say after a season, that's going to be metal on metal, could cause the chip to paint, potentially lead to rust. So I mean, so as you guys can see here, I got a tape measure going from that side of the deck over there all the way over here. So it's right at the edge over there. And then right here, this is showing 35 3/4. So just so you guys know, it is not exactly 34 inches wide. That's one thing to say no when buying this machine. It's a little bit wider than what they show. Also, what I want to point out right here, these handles, if you measure end to end, right here, 35 and about 3/8, almost 35 and a half. One thing to consider when buying this machine, so you know you're not getting through exactly 34 inches. Now you're gonna have a 34-inch cut width, but you gotta factor in these edges of the deck. That's what's gonna add that little bit of width to the mower on both sides of the machine. That's why it's not exactly 34 inches. So just know that this machine is really 35 and a half to 35 3/4, almost 36 inches wide. So this mower, although it's got a very narrow width, the length of this mower is pretty long. It's sitting at about 74 inches, give or take, which is about 6 feet 2 inches. So just so you guys know, if you're trying to fit this on your trailer, So one improvement we'd like to see too is the gas gauges. The gas gauges are located under the seat for those of you guys that don't remember. But we'd like to see them somewhere out in the open, easy to see, because as you're mowing, you want to know how much gas you have in your fuel tank so you can, you know, justify whether you need to add more fuel to the tank or not. So that's what we'd like to see, is somewhere out in the open where you can see them. You're not having to get off the mower, lift up the seat just to see how much gas you have left in your tank. The thing that we thought of too that would be kind of cool is you can see right here on this armrest, it's kind of just dead space right here. We just kind of thought it'd be cool. Maybe they could make a little cubby or something just to put your phone in, maybe store, you know, a little bit of garbage that you find on the properties. Nothing major, just something that we thought of that might be another cool little feature on this mower, potentially.